What up, peeps? Mr.Bones back at you for another Polonia review for the boys over at House of Horrors and the Midnight Society. And I found Mr. Polonia did a slasher flick, and it's pretty damn cool. It's I would say it's kind of like a mockbuster, as I say, because it borrows heavily from a lot of slashers. And it's called Camp Murder. And let's play What's That From? Shall we? Okay, Camp Murder is from 2021, and the synopsis on IMDb says Tommy Heller, played by Jeff Kirkendall, has been locked away in a mental institution for the past 25 years after committing the Camp Murder massacre when his careless orderly, played by Mark Polonia, lets him escape from the care of Dr. Lewis, played by Noyes J. Lawton. He returns to the camp to continue his murder spree. Directed by Mark Polonia. Written by Will Colazzo Jr., Avery Crumbley, and Mark C. Fullhard. Stars Tim Hatch, Matt Burzio, and Victor Gaspar. Tim Hatch plays a character named Chuck, who's married to Roxy, played by Jamie Morgan. You got a Pamela Such playing Tina, Greta Volkova playing Angela, Kyle Rappaport plays Cody, which is a stoner kid, pretty funny. There's this funny part where he says, "Let's smoke this weed, yo." Jenny Russo plays Katie Witt. Ken Van Sant plays Ranger Joe. Anyway, you've got Tommy, who committed murders at a camp. It opens up, he's in a mental hospital being talked to by his doctor, his doctor's name is Dr. Lewis, which is like Dr. Loomis, and this opening scene pretty much rips off Rob Zombie's Halloween with Dr. Loomis, played by Malcolm McDowell. He's yelling at him, "Have you learned anything after all these years?" And has a notepad there, "Can you write down if you understand or have learned anything?" And Tommy just writes, "Camp Murder." So then he starts screaming, "You've been here for 25 years and all you think about is murder still? And I'm going to keep you locked up, and I'm going to have them doing so much shock therapy it's going to light up Times Square." And then he leaves, and leaves the orderly there, played by Polonia, and acts like the abusive orderly in Rob Zombie's Halloween and says some crazy shit. And then Tommy kills him and strolls out of the asylum. He's wearing a hospital gown, and so then he goes into the woods, and he finds this dumbass couple where the dumbass says he has to piss but he really doesn't, and stays back to pull out a full-on outfit of bib overalls and a cool looking mask and a white wig. Goes on, scares his girlfriend, turns around and gets killed by Tommy. And then Tommy puts on the outfit and he looks just like Three Finger from Wrong Turn. Then you got the group of kids, which Kyle Rappaport is a part of the crew. They're sitting around a campfire. Have you heard the story of Terrible Tommy? He killed all these people at a camp. And you know, it's just like telling the Friday the 13th Jason Voorhees story. And then Kyle Rappaport walks up behind him, boogie boogie, with a mask on, just like in Friday the 13th. And then I don't remember any slasher where there's a bounty hunter looking for a killer that I could think of, but Dr. Lewis hires this bounty hunter to hunt for Tommy, and he shows up at the camp and says, "I'm here to kick ass and smoke weed, and I'm all out of weed," which is stolen, replacing bubble gum with weed stolen from They Live. With all that out of the way, let you know what all is copying and shit, this was a pretty fun, bloody slasher, just like I like. I love slashers. The killer was cool. He has a cool ass like modified hockey mask with a smile on it. Then he has a white wig, which kind of reminded me of Three Finger. But yeah, regular slasher recipe, running around slashing people up, murdering people. Oh, and his mother's in this, and she acts like Pamela Voorhees. "You leave my good boy alone." It was just a fun watch. I'd recommend this. I'm glad I found it. Peace. Murder, are you a bleed up blood spurter? Tommy's gonna find you and murder you and your whole crew, stabbing and dipping and dashing and killing and doing your ass in through and through. Once he's done, there'll be nothing left of you. Murder, welcome to Camp Murder.